All right. So it is Money Monday, and I'm here with Michael. And I text Michael over the Sunday afternoon saying, "Hey, how'd the webinar go? How was the turnout? How was the engagement?" And anyway, so let's talk about it. How was the event? How was the engagement? Let's get some highlights. What were some good things?
So I don't know, maybe I'm too hard on myself, but I actually talked about it a little bit on the Daily Financial News today. I didn't like how the event went. First off, it didn't start off great. Zoom did an update that morning. So when I actually started recording, it flipped my mic to mute. So like for 5 minutes, I'm talking and people are waving at me because I'm like in my zone, right? Trying to provide value. I didn't even see it until I looked down. And apparently my phone was on me, or the recording was muted, so they couldn't hear me. So we had to restart. That kind of wasn't fun. Then I did it as a free event. So we get started, and probably 5 or 6 minutes in, somebody takes over control and starts messing with a whiteboard, right? Just drawing chaotically on a whiteboard, which that wasn't very cool. So we had to figure out that. So the beginning wasn't fun. Um, you know, I think I answered the question, right? How to start. I gave step one, step two. I think the value was there, but I just don't, again, I don't know if I'll do free again, honestly, because there was also just a bunch of posers in the chats just being, you know, dicks. Um, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Interesting too, and let's talk about it because you've done several very successful, like same kind of same time, same channel, Sunday morning,
yeah,
$49 expert series type stuff. And I know not only just participating in them, but also I actually bought and was a paid customer
yeah.
of one. And I thought those flowed really well. It is so true that, and this isn't, it's interesting that when people pay, they pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that got gargulated, but
No,
again, when
no.
people pay, they pay attention. I feel like the participation, people show up different versus free, people dip in and out. It just any thoughts on that, or just maybe kind of your experience over the on the event?
No, so I absolutely right. I've done six $47 2 or 3 hour events, wildly successful, rave reviews, and I felt good about them. I thought I would feel good about a free event, talking about a topic that was meaningful at my real estate meetup. Now, in fairness, the real estate meetup had a cost. So again, I think it was nominal, but still something is better than nothing, I guess. So it just it didn't leave me feeling well. And then probably most importantly, and this is a me problem. I don't I closed with kind of an idea. I had a 10-day, never done before, want to bring 50 people along kind of this journey, which is taken would potentially take 20 hours of my life. So I could record it and give it to more people, right? That's
Yep.
not going to be free. That's $1,000, but I give away, all these other things, and it just is what it is, right? I didn't feel good about asking that or talking about that. And maybe that's a me problem. I don't think it was the right thing in a free event. I think that's pretty clear. I think the right answer might have been, hey, if you like what you're hearing here for free, you should buy the $47 buy box thing. I think going from free to talk about $1,000 thing was, and it's just me. I hate that part of this. But again, I want to build this. I want to build a thing that takes 50 people from zero to confidence. I'm not doing that for free. I think that my
Right.
course at $400 is amazing and most people should get that. But some people want the hand holding. Hand holding's not free. So,
Yeah.
I'm struggling with all of that.
And it's interesting too, Michael. So like, um, I'm a paid member of your course. I'm a paid member of like Pace Morby's program. I'm thinking of other things that maybe I've bought recently that are popular. Then I've bought, and I've joined things that are not so mainstream. that are more, unique and niche. Even one of them actually, I paid one of them was a $15,000 program.
Mm.
And it's interesting that I think there are different levels to it. But one thing I want to say for you is that I think that you give away so much for free. And this is just you and I talking. I know you'll share this, but I think you give away so much for free that a lot of it is expected.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a relationship where maybe somebody feels like they're being taken for granted, and I think maybe there might be some of that going on. But the big thing is, I want to say to the whoever, the viewer, the listener of this, the offer that Michael was going to make for $1,000, I was looking at it and I was calculating, and I had different ideas, but I was like, that's at least 5,000, 8,000, maybe even north of 10,000. Maybe even you could compare it to programs that I've bought and paid for. Even at the $15,000 program, I felt for what you were doing in your niche and in your specific education audience was tremendous. Like, you're getting $15,000 of value for $1,000. Now, I know that sounds like hype and that, but people won't really know that, what the offer was. But in terms of way you stacked it, live audience participation, 10 weeks, 2 hours each session, the course, you had a bunch of bonuses and things like that. And so, and I can see too that it sucks when you get off to the, kind of a rough start. It's maybe hard to kind of gain your composure and get into the flow. Right. So,
yeah. Yeah, it's just who I am, right? I mean, I don't compare myself to others. I know there are people in our both network that would charge 10 grand or $9,995 for all of this. That's not where I will ever be, right? That's why my course is $400, and yes, it's going to go to 500. It will, no doubt, but that'll be it. At least that's what I think. It'll stop at $499. I feel great about this thing at less than $1,000. It is 10 days of my life, but again, let's be clear. I want to do this with 50 people. I want to record each day that as it occurs, so I can post it up as a recording, and then that thing lives on at $400 or whatever it will be, right? Let me be very clear. I will not repeat this 10-day thing. I'm going to do it one time with 50 people.
Yep.
That's it. Never to come around again. And, I think, it started rough. I hated when that person brought up the whiteboard. Somebody did that maliciously. All the chats, because it was free, these were a bunch of putzes on the line. So I don't know if I'll do another free event. I don't know where is it $20? Is it, I just don't know.
I think too, I think also, so one of the things too, just you and I've talked about, but just so the viewer knows that the third person, the other third person that's in in our conversation right now, listening to this or watching this, is that one of the things I want to see is Michael really expand his reach for one reason, for massive impact in the community, for massive impact in the space of real estate investor education. And the problem is that even some of the guys that I felt like, and there's a lot of really good guys out there, they're doing good things, that charge fair value, bring a lot of value, add more value than they do for the pricing and that. But then I also see a lot of guys that just, because they've got an audience or because they've got a following, they package up horseshit content, horseshit programs that just, or like repurpose stuff and relabel stuff and add a couple things to it, just because they know that they can send out, they can get 1,000 people, 1,000 people to buy because their audience and their following so big. That is not who Michael is. I've been pushing Michael, and you can see Michael is comment on that about who you are.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about the idea of 50 people going through a 10-day event, 10 different days over 6 months with me. Not because of the 50 grand, because again, 50 times 1,000 is 50 grand. It shouldn't be lost on anyone. I'm not hiding that. But it's because I will document those 10 days, and then give it away for everybody else for $3.99 or whatever I decide to do it, that will be more impactful. Yeah, we'll help the 50 people. That's not where I'm worried about, but I want the asset because I know it will be new and different. How many people would love to watch 10 days? I want to say it one more time. I will never do this again. This is a one-time thing. But
yeah, and one thing too that I want to just add in there that, you know, Michael's the anti-guru.
oh,
He's not downing people, but he's not trying to be that guy. He's not like, he's already made his money. He's already done his thing and become ultra wealthy, successful. Will it expand? Yes. But that's not the point of being in this space of teaching. His point of space is being in this teaching is a couple things, is to have huge impact, but also too, we also know that a part of a big community, there will also be increased deal flow, right? So there'll be opportunities to JV, buy your deals, you know, some of you that wholesale or some of you that are agents, or even participate, for Michael to even participate in some of your deals. That's really the opportunity, you know, in terms of expansion. So I think, Michael, from here, my guess is that we probably go back to the drawing board and kind of really figure out, okay, how do we get the right people on the bus, or how do we get the right people, you know, in the course or on the Zoom, and then maybe again working out the kinks. I think also too 100%, which I've offered and you've always downplayed, said no, but I think for sure I'll be on it with you and I'll co-host, and if nothing else, I'll monitor the chats, monitor the muting, kick people off, become a co-host, whatever, kick people off and whatever, and just help keep the room clean so that you can not get interrupted and have your flow. So we're going to go back to the drawing board, Michael. I think, what do you think? Yeah. Do we do this again in 2 weeks? Or I don't know, audience, like it, some version of it?
I don't know, folks. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm okay never doing it again, frankly. But folks, leave comments below. Do you think we should do it again? I did post it. I posted the full recording unedited on my new channel, the Daily Financial News. You could go watch it. It's 90 minutes. I'll put the link below. Go watch it. Let me know. You'll see the good, bad, and the ugly, how it started rough, the whole thing. So let me know if we should do it again. Leave comments below, because I'm okay either way.
I think for sure I'm going to twist Michael's arm and figure out, and maybe we repurpose it and do something slightly different. But we are definitely, we want to make sure, this is the big thing that I think, and I keep pushing on Michael, we need to expand your reach. We need to expand and build a bigger community, because I really believe, and I've been in tons of mentorships and programs and bought courses. What Michael is doing is very special because it's so foundational. And yet it's like, to me, it'd be like if you had the opportunity to be coached with someone that's like a Warren Buffett or a Charlie Munger. It's like no nonsense, no hype, no hyperbole, but real foundational stuff that works in good markets, bad markets, sideways markets, that anybody, whether you're in the business or a corporate America person, if you just want to buy a handful of rentals, what Michael's teaching is so foundational, because it's foundational that it reaches everyone. So Michael, thank you for all that you do. You and I are going to get together again this week. Let's figure out, and we'll figure out a new way to reposition this. Is that fair?
Absolutely. I look forward to it, folks. If you don't know, Ty was gracious enough to pull over while he was driving to take this call for me. So thank you for being a mentor of mine. Thank you for being a great friend. We'll talk later in the week. Take care.
Have a great day. Thank you, guys.